Hello everyone, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Crusader Kings II in our Lord of the Scots series. So I covered a lot of ground in the beginning of the previous episode. So do yourselves a favor, if you've been following the series for a while and you somehow missed 41, I talked about, I'm not saying I covered a lot gameplay-wise, I'm saying I talked about a number of things that were series-related that were really, really important, especially if you have been following along for the whole time. So do go back and give that a listen just for the first 5 minutes or so. We're going to take our retinue here and pay a visit to these raiders. Meanwhile, we have our Chancellor. Chancellor? Yeah, Chancellor. I was getting him and the Steward mixed up last episode. You can tell it's been a while since I played Crusader Kings II. The cook complained to me about my grandson Murray's temper tantrums. Now, this is a grandson, Murray. So I can't quite... This is... All right, so here's Murray. He's strong. This is one of the two strong kids. And he does have a temper. So maybe we can encourage him to be more patient. Excellent! He got temperate. So he lost his temper, and he gained temperate. Children are so impressionable. All right, so now I don't need to send my retinue anywhere. So yeah, we are waiting on our Chancellor to fabricate a claim on Durham. We've been waiting on the Chancellor to do things for a long time. So I'm actually going to re-up the Chancellor in that region because, as was pointed out to me in some of the comments from before this series went on hiatus, sometimes when a Chancellor is seemingly taking a really long time to do something, he has been bribed, and you have to kind of reset the mission. Otherwise, he will not, actually accomplish his mission. He'll just stand there. And so it's very possible that has happened during some of the periods where my Chancellor was stationed in these different areas and nothing was happening. So thank you for the feedback on that, because I was very, very frustrated with what is otherwise an amazing Chancellor, 27 diplomacy. He should be fabricating claims left and right, but instead he just seems to have had a lot of trouble. If you're wondering what I mean, there's almost a 20% chance, just a 1 in 5 chance he's going to fabricate a claim each year. The Middle Francian Holy War for Brunswick has ended. King Charles IV of Austrasia won. New important decisions are available. Is that so? So I can hold a grand tournament. I can also hold a summer fair, can I? Yeah, let's do that. Let's make our peasants happy. Plus, summer fairs are always good for just creating new dynamic things. Bringing more of the game to life. I'm so excited that my wall is there. I'm going to refer to that endlessly as my wall. I mean, I have to. It's Hadrian's wall. When the alderman asked for permission for a summer fair, I could never have guessed I would regret that. After a pie powder court held in front of my own bailiff, they sentenced one of my vassals to being drawn in a tumbler across the town square. I can't believe their imprudence. Let's just go with that. I don't want to piss off the peasants. I'll be a king of the people. Now, will you please, for the love of God... Oh, okay. Well, we've got some raiders, so let's send our... We're going to send our retinue down. An errant monk is disturbing the summer fair by preaching about sins and the end of the world. His drivel is frightening some, but most of the crowd around him is mocking and laughing at him. Kick him out. He does not belong at the summer fair. I feel like I probably should have had more options there if I had certain traits and/or abilities and/or awesomeness. But no. Alright, so hopefully we can catch these raiders before they run off. The peddlers are loading their wares. Okay, summer fair is over. Excellent. Maybe in the most recent patch they fixed some of those tooltip bugs. I guess we'll find out when we do a feast, because the feast, I think, is where some of the tooltip bugs were popping up, and they were not reading properly. Excellent. So we're scaring off some of these raiders. Great news. Alright, some additional raiders popped up here. See, now these are not... This is great. These are not levy forces. They are just... Oh, they're already reinforcing. Look at that. It's awesome. Almost up to 800 while they're just kind of marching around. But yeah, these guys are retinue. So they're very, very strong. They're marching around, kicking ass in the name of Scotland. And it makes it really, really easy for me to fight off raiders without having to constantly raise levies. And piss off my vassals in the process, mind you. So this levy's actually doing this retinue's doing a really good job of fending off these small armies. And every time I defeat them, that means that they will leave for a certain amount of time. You guys will have to remind me exactly how long they leave for. But evidently when you successfully defeat raiders, a small army of raiders, that particular raiding force will not come back for a given period of time. So all the frustration that I felt previously about raiders, I mean, while still justified to a certain extent, and raiding is one of the settings you can turn off in the new version of Crusader Kings II, which is awesome. When you start a new game, you can completely turn off raiding. You can turn it off. It's just never a thing. So if you want to make the game easier, you can do that. You can turn off Shattered Retreat. You can turn off a whole bunch of things. You can set it back to where you can actually, rather than plotting to kill people, plotting is a character-based action again, which is the way it used to be. Arumba used to rave about it, and then he was upset when they took it away. I've never seen Crusader Kings 2 with that old option, but you can turn it back on. But again, they have not added the option, which I thought would be a no-brainer, to go ahead and say, okay, I want all characters to have an opinion bonus of me, +5, +10, +15, +20, just crazy stuff, to increase or decrease the difficulty of the game, just straight through opinion, which I feel like, again, is a no-brainer, and yet hasn't happened. All right, so let's see. We need to designate a regent, I guess. Who would be the best regent? Someone with good diplomacy. I guess the Earl of Kildare would be a really good regent. Look at him. He's 57. I feel like this is a classic choice. All right, so we've just designated him the regent. But like he's an older, wiser member of the court. He has a good opinion of us, partly because we just gave him the regency. But this is like an obvious choice. I mean, he's older, so he's not going to be around for long. But if something were to happen to us, and we wanted, excuse me, this is what I get for drinking a crap ton of carbonated Pepsi while recording a Let's Play. I have hiccups left and right. But anyway, if we give the regency to this guy, if something were to happen to us, then we have a wiser, older ruler to kind of continue things in our stead, which is good. Looks like we have some raiders arriving. Let's pay them a visit, ensure that they don't come back for a few years. I'm liking this retinue, even though I have cavalry retinue, and evidently that's a terrible, terrible thing. My prisoner, Earl Fergus of Tyrone, is complaining about his dark cell in the dungeon, asking for more suitable accommodation. Suitable? How about the Wiblet? You complaining little bastard. Alright, so we've just scared off this raiding group, which is excellent. So we have our Chancellor here, trying to fabricate a claim. My liege, since I arrived in Gowrie, there has never been a shortage of soldiers reinforcing the troops stationed there. Awesome. One of the first things I'm going to do as Macbeth when King Talor passes away, because he's an awesome king, we're definitely going to invite the Jews back. Oh, hey, speaking of that, he's now of legal age. He became a charismatic negotiator. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on what's happened to him. Awesome. That's a really great diplomacy boost, a nice fertility boost as well, because again, as we've discussed earlier in the series, he's a charismatic negotiator. He can negotiate himself into all kinds of favorable situations, and he will, in the name of our dynasty. So, +1 intrigue, -1 martial, but that's fine. He's a good character, all things considered. His diplomacy is not great, but we can do things throughout his lifetime to improve his diplomacy as we go forward. Why, though, is he... Well, why is he wearing a helmet? What's he doing that... I'm confused as to why he's armored up. What's the deal there? He's at court in Scone Gowrie. Huh. I don't know why. Alright, we're going to move our retinue back into place. Meanwhile, we're going to keep things sped up. Oh, wait. Unmarried heir. That's right. I can actually arrange marriages now. So, hang on. Christine... Nope. No, of course not. Of course I can't marry the character it would be useful for me to marry. Well, if I can't marry her, let's see who maybe I could marry. Let's see if maybe there's someone else with a daughter that I could get married to. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Okay, so This guy actually has no legitimate heir right now. This is the first child. Sinaberg Aethelweirdsdottir. Ugh, she's not... I mean, she's got a great stewardship. She's not a good character, other than the fact that she could potentially inherit... Okay, let's not mess with that. However, let's see where there might be other options. Egwin, you're already married. Okay, well that's not helpful to me. Egwin. Okay. King Rhys of Brythonide. Princess Enid is already betrothed. Princess Non, however, is not. But I can't marry her. Arranged marriage. Marriage and the choice of a spouse is important for several reasons. You need to produce heirs, lest your line end in the game with it. Half your spouse's attribute values are added to your own. You can call your in-laws to war. Characters gain requirements. We can't be at war with King Talor V. And King Talor V must not be imprisoned. Okay, well... Maybe betrothal? Is that what we were doing wrong? Was I selecting arranged marriage, but I should have been saying arranged betrothal? Hang on. I think I just figured it out. Was I just looking at the wrong freaking option, making a fool of myself? Which is entirely possible, and it has happened at other points in this series. Give me a second, because if that's all it was, I'm gonna be so mad. Arranged betrothal. Okay, hang on. I think Hadrian just figured it out. Christina, arrange betrothal. Ha! That's what it was. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Of course you can't arrange a marriage with a child. She's 12, but you can arrange a betrothal, which is a difference. It's the other option. Oh my gosh. Okay. Chalk it up to a newbie moment. I'm actually kind of proud, by the way, even though it took me a second, that I figured it out myself. That's awesome. Okay, so we have arranged a betrothal, or we will, between Christina, who could potentially, in a few generations, she's 12. So again, this is who we wanted to marry Macbeth. So we're going to arrange this betrothal. This is going to happen. Yep. Let's do it. And she's actually shaping out to be a pretty good character so far, too. So hopefully that will continue. Okay, thank God. That makes more sense. I'm probably going to leave a comment on the previous episode when I post it, because as of this recording, I haven't posted the previous episode yet. But just for the record, I know I'm an idiot, so I don't get my head chewed off. To the diligent Hun Master Talor, blessings upon you and your house. I have decided to accept your suggestion of a betrothal between Macbeth and Christina. Excellent news. Thank you, Your Highness. I appreciate that. Now that I finally figured out how to play the game, you're gonna let that happen. All right. So factions wise, it does appear we have a slight problem here. So we're gonna send a gift that guy's way. That was a really big opinion bonus. Did they change? Oh my goodness. Look at this. They have to have changed this. I didn't see it in a patch note, but please feel free to link me to this or to explain this. But check this out. A 54 opinion bonus by sending a gift. That is a lot better than it used to be. That's a lot better. I really like that. I have been corresponding regularly with my sister Bronin, and I always make sure to see her whenever I get the chance. It's a harsh world, and family must stick together. Oh, that's kind of touching. I'm genuinely moved by that. That's one of the reasons this game is so great. Is it's character based, and every now and then just something like that will pop up and remind you that, this is a game of characters, and it's a game about people. It's not a game about kingdoms. It's about who has control of the land, and telling the story of the family is just as important as telling the story of an empire, which is just so wonderful at times when it comes together. Just so much emergent potential, just over and over. Love it. Anyway, let's speed things up. That was genuinely touching. I liked that. I mean, I've seen that notification before, but it's just every now and then in context. This is an older king, and clearly it was an older sister. It's just very sweet. It's very nice. It's heartwarming, if you will. For those of us that still have hearts. You can imprison the following subjects without incurring tyranny. Why? Because he is plotting to kill somebody. You can try to imprison him. Okay, I'm just looking at revocation, just the bonus, the penalties here. I know this would happen because actually that's not that bad of a bonus if I wanted to just take his title away, but he could potentially just say no. Okay, I'll leave it be. Okay, so there's more titles being granted. Germany has formed over here. Look at this. Germany, Austrasia. Wow. Things are just going crazy over here. Meanwhile, the Byzantines, they still have a little bit of land here, but they haven't really made any headway. They've made some headway up here, though. Look at this. There's a revolt going on in the Byzantine Empire right now, but I would love to see a game where the Byzantines reformed Rome under their own power, with the AI doing it. I mean, how cool would that be? I wonder if anyone's ever simulated it and had that happen in just a simulated game. Autosave. Yeah, that is definitely a briefer pause, and I do like that. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Epidemics. Okay, so I don't have the Reaper's Due enabled. However, the epidemics map mode is turned on, so we can now see where there are different epidemics popping up, which is just cool. So there's a lot of smallpox down near the Nile right now, or actually near the Red Sea. The Nile's over here. Some consumption in the Libya area, and then smallpox actually spreading through the water, through the sea routes over here. So that's not good. That could potentially spread, but we'll have to see how that goes. Really cool that they added that mode. And what's the short key for that? K. K is the shortcut key. Good to know. Okay, back to business. We need to see if our Chancellor is going to fabricate a claim here. A message about arranged marriage. Who are you? Welsh Revolt? No. I'm always really kind of nervous about throwing one of my relatives in. Even if it's a daughter or a granddaughter, I'm always nervous about throwing one of them in with a revolt, because it just feels like, well, that's a very temporary situation, and she'll just kind of disappear into obscurity if that revolt doesn't go well. So, all right, I'm going to reassign this guy once again. I'm just going to try and start making a habit of doing that whenever I can safely... All right, stop it. I said no once. All right, let's see. Commander of Scotland. All right, that's set. Yeah, I'm going to try and make it a habit of just reinstating this guy in his mission whenever I have the opportunity. That way it just ensures that he doesn't get bribed. I have to be a bit more proactive, but that way there's not as much twiddling my thumbs waiting for the Chancellor to do something. Speaking of waiting, hang on. There are some additional things that we can do. Pretty soon we should be able to... Let's speed the game up just a little bit more. It's so much faster, especially the transition between months is so much better. What's going on here? May you live in harmony and contentment. We propose that Ansevald Carling and Prince Maisie of Scotland should get betrothed. This is the Kingdom of Australia, King Charles the Drunkard. Princess Maisie. Okay. Okie doke. My grandson Murray is turning into an arrogant little braggart. I might have to rein him in a little bit. Tell him pride goeth before the fall. I had invited a monkey trainer to the summer fair, and the performance went well. Okay, well, here's the trainer getting attacked by the monkeys. Here's your money. I don't ever want to see you again. Go away. The peddlers are loading their wares, and the merchants are taking down their stalls. The jugglers, strolling players, and the other entertainers are preparing to leave. The summer fair is over for this year. It was great fun while it lasted. New important decisions are available. Like what? Oh, hey, here's a new one. Donate 300 to the Hospitaliers in exchange for piety and lifelong respect from the Catholic Church. I get basically better temple vassal opinion. Huh. I could buy indulgence. From what, though? I don't have a sin working against me. Oh, known murderer. Hang on. Hang on. We have... Yeah, we've got the money to do this. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if that does anything with known murderer. I mean, just for sheer curiosity. The Holy Father has granted us absolution. Glory to God. Does that make known murderer go away? No, it doesn't. I don't know what the purpose of that was. I guess this is part of the reason that I'm having so many kids. I still have family focus turned on. So I guess I can go ahead and turn this off. Let's perhaps shift to a stewardship bonus for the remainder of our lifetime. Which, of course, lowers our diplomacy, but raises our stewardship. Looking at you, dude. Seriously, we've been waiting on you for God knows how long. Really? Really? Oh, I guess that makes sense. She is still kind of the young hotness, and I'm old, perverted man. Keep putting babies in her over here. This is... I don't know. That wasn't even English, what I just said, but yet you understood me. New important decisions are available. No, but I do want to hold a feast. And all my vassals will be there. Yay. See, here's what's interesting. We had this whole discussion about how you can't declare a feast like as of the 1st of January, but you can declare one on the 31st of December. So this feast is definitely going to take place after January. And I mean, yes, it's the harvest season and all these things, but it's funny that it imposes such a strict requirement. The best part about preparing a feast is deciding what foodstuff to serve. I will spend lavishly on food. Okay, time for invitations. See, it's 1st of January. Autosave. Well, I don't like you either. I don't like you either. Or you... Hey. Hey. That was a... Earl Brood is no longer... Or Breed is no longer Marshal for King Talor. How'd he die? He died a maimed cripple. Ooh, that... I'm sorry, sir. My thoughts are with your family. Alright, so this character is a drunkard. Do I want a drunkard on my council? He's really not a good character. I would rather have... He's a hedonist, and yeah, I'm going to have the next guy down. He's not quite as good, but he's a better character to have in charge of the troops. And we want to forbid him from leading troops. We want to train troops. Speaking of that, why is it saying that he's leading troops? What's going on with that? Where are you leading troops? Were you leading troops here? Was that what it was? Were you in... Oh, yeah, he was probably in charge of one of these... One of the three retinues. Welcome to my feast! Hey, peeps. Have a seat. Get comfy. Mayor Maldred cut the throat of one of my servants when the clumsy man spilled wine all over his garb. Imprison Mayor Maldred. I had great fun, and so did everyone else. I think the tooltip was fixed there, but I didn't actually look. But I'm pretty sure it was fixed. It's good news. Lower crown authority in Scotland. Is that right? Wow. A bonus of 82 for giving a gold gift. Holy mother of God. Oh, wait. I thought this has already happened. It's the sudden explosion event again. Or as I misread it the last time. It's the sudden expulsion of several important Jewish merchants. I did this already, and I already received this negative thing. Why is that happening again? That sucks. I'm very close to unlocking the 3rd level of legalism. I'm kind of tempted to go ahead and unlock the next level of tolerance, but I'm even more tempted to unlock the next level of majesty, because short reign years will go down by 1. So when Macbeth takes over, he actually will be in a better position and will be respected more sooner by virtue of the fact that we have that technology installed, which is just awesome. So we're going to go with that. And actually, on that note, just looking at the timer for this episode, I will go ahead and cut this one here. Our Chancellor is doing a great job at nothing, as per usual. Hang on. Abrella was introduced by a mutual friend, and we talked for quite a while. We had our differences and a few arguments. Then we found common safe ground, and I began enjoying myself. Abrella seems like a decent person. I wouldn't mind talking to Abrella some more. Okay, let's slow things down. Actually, let's pause things so that doesn't happen again. But anyway, yes, I will go ahead and end this episode here. And the next one, we're going to send the retinue over to take care of these jerks over here. And then we are going to continue to try to fabricate a claim here. Because we got a betrothal set up between Christina and Macbeth. Christina will be of age in a few years. She could potentially inherit some claims that we could use by virtue of the fact that she is the firstborn child of... Hang on, let's have a look. Of the heir to the petty kingdom of Mercia. She's the firstborn child. She is. Now, granted, she's not the firstborn son, so that might have some impact on it. So she is not going to be the first one to get the claim, but she might get a strong claim because she is who she is. So maybe we can use that to conquer a little bit more territory a little bit faster in the series. But again, I'm open to your feedback on whether I'm doing anything wrong. I think that's an advantageous betrothal, not marriage. Regardless, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I upload new episodes in Lord of the Scots every day at noon Eastern Daylight Time, which is GMT-4 for those of you not in the States. And if Lord of the Scots is over when you're watching this, it'll be something else in a historical or grand strategy type of flavor for you to enjoy. Or it could possibly just be that Lord of the Scots is on break and we'll be back after whatever other series is currently alternating with it. So look into what is still playing and whether or not this series is still going if you're watching this in the backlog. Again, thanks very much for watching. Can't talk. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in a bit.